Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talk. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard.
Right in the middle, son. Hit the subscribe for me, man. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications. Please. We appreciate y'all. We got 27 rocking with us already. Last Kings. What's going on, man? So ready for the season to start. Can't wait to see what the defense look like. I agree. Can't wait. See, listen, man. It's my guy right here. Chalupa, aka Corey Carmona, reposted this stream. Now it's up. CB reposted, it's up. Quan, what's good, my guy? Hey, so Beck can throw with his right hand deep now. Isn't that a major good thing? Just saying, it was the number. Absolutely, 100%. Hey, what's going on, Star, man? I know I miss Sunday. That was my fault, man. I missed Sunday. I actually missed you guys, man. You know what I mean? Slug Bruce, we in here. Appreciate you, brother. Autism, Charlotte. Hey, man, it's hot. It's hot. Actually, it cooled down today. It was about, I feel like it was about in the 80s, upper 80s or something, man. I think, they gave us a break. Our good Lord gave us a break today, but I think it's right back up the rest of the week. Can't wait to see y'all guys, man. Faith Family Football. Yo, what up, Joe? What's good, man? Ready for the season, man. Yeah. How y'all feeling about ACC Media Days, man? I know we've all been watching. I know we've all caught some interviews. Listen to Carson Beck. Listen to Coach Cristobal. You know what we're going to get with Coach Cristobal. Every time. Same thing, man. Every time. So there's really no surprises. He did touch on one thing that I'm going to talk about later on. He definitely touched on one thing I'm going to talk about, but Carson Beck, Akeem Mesidor. I was watching the interview. Somebody kept calling him Desidor. Hilarious. Wesley Bissainthe and CC out there, man. So, yeah, man. Star, confidence is key. Absolutely. Scott, what up, Joey? What's going on? They've got you along. Yeah, man. Not a problem. Ben is at an undisclosed location somewhere in Florida. Hold up. CB is somewhere out there. CB always got his eyes on everything. And Poke is, what he's doing, man. He's lifting things. When he's not here, he's just lifting things. So lifting, eating, or drinking bourbon. Yeah, Coach Cristobal mentioned last King that somebody had a family thing they had pre-organized or so pre-scheduled. So I think that might have been Bain, because I think Bain definitely would have been there. Artsy, you and your family stay cool, Joe. It's crazy. I'm nice and full, man. My wife made me a nice homemade Chipotle bowl. So I'm nice and full right now, man. But listen, the season's about to start. How many days we got, man? Somebody help me out. It's 23rd. We got about 36 days, something like that. until the season starts. And it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. I still have to get my tickets to the game. My son has a game in Boston that Saturday. 38 days. Thank you, Slug Bruce. So me and the wifey, man, we're gonna go up to Boston, fly from Boston to Miami, hit the Notre Dame, hit the game, and then fly back to Charlotte, man. So we got a busy weekend ahead, but can't wait. Can't miss that game. Couldn't miss that game, man. Couldn't miss that. All right. ACC Media, man. We finally got to hear Carson Beck speak. Number one, one of the main questions was, how do you follow Cam Ward? We knew we were going to get that question. Some people feel like he came off as cocky, as, you know, kind of nonchalant or whatever. I don't think so. I don't look at it like that. Like, we're kind of, those people act like Carson Beck didn't come from where he came from. Like, Carson Beck has witnessed national championships, bro. Like, he's played in the playoffs, conference championships. He's played in Death Valley. He's played in, you know, Alabama Stadium. Like, he's played in, and not to say ACC games are not real games. Obviously, they are real games, but he played in some games, man. This is not huge for him. Following up a number one draft pick, you know, that's not huge for him, man. Like he said, he's been playing football since he was 7. He's been playing quarterback since he was 7. You know, it's the game. You know, the game is the game. While he respects Cam Ward, he's trying to carve his own path and he has a chance to get Miami to where Cam Ward didn't. You know, not saying it's anybody's fault, but he has a chance to get to Miami to Charlotte, where we all want to get to. And most likely, if you get to Charlotte, you're going to the playoffs. So he has a chance to do that. Pilo, my son, now plays for Johnson C. Smith out here, HBCU in Charlotte. They play Morehouse, first game of the season at Harvard University. That's gonna be dope. I can't wait to go up there. And I don't care for Boston. You know, no, I'm a New York guy. I don't care for Boston. But I would like to walk around Harvard University, man, and look at the campus and see what's going on. So that's exciting for me. But yeah, Carson Beck, they talked about his arm. You know, they talked about his arm. We wanted to hear it. You know, obviously they wouldn't be, you know, talking how they're talking if the arm wasn't 100%. He mentioned that when he first started throwing, he was hesitant to rip it, you know, and then once he decided to rip it, he felt the confidence come back. He felt like he was back. And that's how it usually works after an injury, right? You know, you break your leg or something. I remember in college, I broke my fibula and I dislocated my ankle on the same play. Felt terrible. Didn't feel confident. One day I was playing basketball after all the rehab and everything. I caught a dunk off that leg, and I felt after that it was over. It was over. I was back. You know, so that's how it always is, man. Last Kings, I also didn't know that he was originally recruited to my right. I didn't know that either. That was a interesting point. That he decided to go to Georgia. And he was a Gator fan growing up. He could have played baseball for Florida, but he decided to go to Georgia and play football. So, you know, what other points, man, that Carson Beck made? He just seems he seems ready. He seems ready to shut people up. I know he hears. Someone asked him about Georgia moving on so quickly from him. Like when he got hurt, the fans were like, "Hey, let's get I forgot the other dude's name in," and they kind of moved on quickly from Carson. And he didn't say it hurt him, but it stung a little being there for 5 years, and he understands that fans are fans, right? Fans are going to switch up on you, whatever. But he mentioned that, that's something that drives him a little bit. And I think he's ready to prove people wrong. Look, like deep down, I think he's ready to get back into that. I'm a number one pick too. Like I should be in the first round conversation as well. I'm sure they see all the lists. I'm sure, man. He's like, word, I'm the third best, fifth best quarterback at the ACC or whatever. Okay. He's a competitor. Any athlete, any competitor is going to feel some type of way when they feel like they're getting disrespected. Daryl Page, what's good? How you doing, man? Quan. Joey, I want to know how our DT room is looking specifically. Dante said, yeah. We'll see, man. We won't know until camp, right? Everybody looks physically wonderful. Dante Simpson looks like, yo. And the last time I saw Dante Simpson was in the spring. And even from signing day until the spring, it was a massive improvement. Armando Blunt is ready. He's ready. Ahmad Moten, ready. He's the elder statesman in the room. Him and Blay, ready. Justin Scott, looking beastly. He's ready. Now we need to worry about Altavius Jones. See what's going on there. And Dante Simpson. He's a freshman. Dante Simpson, he's a freshman. Going back to Carson Beck, he definitely has a point to prove with him being a senior. Sure, he wants absolutely. That's the point, right? Like he wouldn't have went to Miami if he didn't have a chance to jump back into that first round conversation. He wouldn't have went there. Like, why? Why, why? Why not? And understanding the system. He mentioned that, of course, they asked him why Miami. He mentioned that it was just a system fit. I'm going to have an O-line that's going to protect me. I have running backs that I can lean on. I have a young receiver core, but I have CJ Daniels, who's, if healthy, he was one of the top receivers coming out. Like everybody wanted to see. I wanted CJ Daniels. We wanted CJ Daniels at Miami coming out of high school. JoJo, top receiver. My guy Flo, salute, man. He's been talking about JoJo forever. I need to see it, but he was a blue chip receiver too. Played on the team with the top dog, but he didn't take a back seat to JJ. Ohio State wanted him too. You know what I mean? We got Ray ready to, ready. He sat behind X for some years. He's ready. I'm sure he's ready to take over. Mally in the slot, young boy, getting high praise. And again, we got to see it. Game time. First game is Notre Dame, man. You're going to be able to see it. The good thing is we'll be able to see who's ready immediately. First game. First game's not against Bethune. No disrespect to Bethune. First game is against Notre Dame. Atmosphere is going to be crazy. Yes, you play football in Florida. You play football in Texas. You play football in Georgia. You came out 10,000, 15,000. Yeah, you did that. But this ain't that. This ain't that, champ. So we're about to see. Star check down, short pass King. Maybe all we'll really need till they press us. Yeah. I hope Coach Dawson doesn't I hope he gives him the same freedom that he gave Cam Ward. Because I think he deserves that. I think he's earned that. I hope he doesn't try to dumb it down on some, like Emory Williams is playing quarterback. I hope he doesn't do that, man. Like, let him go. Let him go. Come up with the game plan. Let him make his checks. Let him run it like you would do Carson. Darryl Page, Coach D. Lewis is going to have young. I think so. Yeah. Train to go. I think so, Darryl, man. I think so, man. Like, nobody's talking about D. Lou, and he's home. D. Lou is home. Like, it's something to say for when you're coaching at home where you played at. It's something that's not to be taken lightly, man. Not saying these coaches don't go hard all the time, but when you're coaching at your alma mater, like, it's different. It's different, man. Big Pop. Listen, man, Big Pop had me out last night, man. He had me out last night. I don't go out past a certain time, especially on a work night. He had me, Big Pop. I woke up very late for work this morning, man. Me, Big Pop, Dono, JJ was out last night, man. Del Frisco's. I'm gonna tell you what, though, that steak, that's the best steak I ever had in my life. Ever had in my life. Like, as soon as I bit into that joint, it was like succulent. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. I like how Francis said, if we have to protect our quarterback for 10 seconds like we did last year, that's what we'll do. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yes. That O-line, man, is a well-oiled machine. And really, as long as Coach Mirabal and Coach Cristobal are there, I'm not really worried about the O-line, man. I'm not. I know that may be crazy to say or whatever, but I'm really not, for real. That's the one constant we've had is the O-line. You know what I mean? Right? That's what I should have did, Pope. Joey. I should have did that, man. Stick raw, what's going on? Yeah, I should have did that, Pope. Yeah, speaking of Francis, yeah, let's talk about Francis, man. Again, same thing. CC, man, he's projected to be a first rounder. Salute to Kenton Gibbs, man. He does Locked On ACC with our guy Dono, and he's Locked On Wolfpack. He was supposed to come out last night, man. I was hoping to meet him and talk to him because I like his takes. I find what he says very interesting, but he couldn't make it out last night. But he was asking some good questions, man. He asked CC about why he hasn't made the move to left tackle yet. And I found out interesting as well. I found that we've said on our show that we think CC would be a guard and in the league, and he could move to guard here, but he's staying at right tackle. And CC, CC is like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do, but he's well versed in every position on the line. He could probably slot to guard if needed. I'm sure he could kick over to left tackle if needed. I'm sure. But yeah, man, that's an interesting thing, and it's interesting to me to see where the league sees him. Right, so if it's like Penei Sewell, Penei Sewell's at right tackle. I think he's the highest paid O lineman in the league. I think. Question Mario was a good one, and I love Mario's response about. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Is gonna be my last point, Canes fan, because I got Zeke. I went into the lab and did a little research, man, because I was curious about this, because we've talked about talent at Miami not being the issue for a while, and that's been the talking point. But we're gonna see about that. Good point. We're gonna see about that. Mo, what's good, Mo? Yo, man. Notre Dame almost here, Mo. We gonna be outside. We gonna be outside, Mo. Tailgate is gonna be bananas. Bananas. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that Kitten Gibbs was asking some good questions, man, and the commissioner called him Kevin Gibbs, man, and that joint had me rolling. Hilarious. Mezzi, right? Mezzi and Wes. You know, we looking to have big seasons again out of those guys. They are the elder statesmen in the room. I think Wes, we can all agree Wes has had solid seasons. Not incredible, not poor, just it seems like he's just been here. This year, we need that to elevate. It has to. It has to elevate. He mentioned that they're playing faster now. They're shooting at they're going downhill now. As linebackers should. Linebackers always should. First responsibility is the run all the time. Every time. So, and we heard that in spring as well. We got a chance to talk to Popo and his dad. Salute to y'all, man. We got a chance to talk to them spring. And even in spring, they were saying the same thing that Wes was saying. They were saying the difference is night and day, man. And of course, you know, we don't want to talk about what happened previously, whatever, but they were saluting, you know, Coach Heatherman and saying it's just a crazy difference with, you know, how they're being taught. Coach Heatherman's a linebacker. He's a linebacker coach. He's been a linebacker coach. Previous coach was a safeties coach. So, you know, we don't know. The defense was kind of communication was ran through the safeties, where most defenses, the communications ran through the linebacker. So now they're back to that. And I think that's going to make a huge difference, man. We all know you have to be able to fly around. You can't play, you can't think when you play. You get the play call, you get what defense you're in. On offense, you get the play call and you play. At that point, instinct takes over. You know, so if you have to think, it's not going to work, especially on defense. Last Kings, man, do you think our defense will be better than our offense on both sides, Philly? New playing with each other. I hope to see complimentary football. Better, worse, whatever, I don't know, but I hope to just see complimentary football. If we have the 10th ranked offense and the 15th ranked defense, that's perfect. That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. You know, so just complimentary, man. If the offense, it can't go in clusters like it did. So last season, if we remember, the offense would start the defense would start the game terribly, giving up all types of yards, all types of big plays. And then it seemed like after halftime, third quarter, they would buckle down. Like they would shut teams out after halftime. And fortunately, you had the offense where you could do that. You know, if your offense was playing bad and you were giving up points in the first half, if you shut down the other team in the second half, you had an offense that could come back and win the game for you. But it can't be that way. Like you can't live on that type of edge right there. Artsy, as you said, the team has a plethora of talent again this year. What do you see as being their Achilles heel going into the season ahead? So for me, I'm worried about, so I'll go offense and defensively. And big, let's start. I'm worried about special teams. I don't know what we're going to get special teams wise. We've had the luxury of having two of the best kickers in Miami history back to back for 8 years, 7, 8, whatever, 6, 7, 8 years. We've had that luxury. We didn't have to worry about missed field goals, missed extra points. Now we got some blocked, but for the most part, think about the Clemson game when Emory Williams started. Borregales hit some huge field goals in that game. He got us points when we needed them. So I'm worried about the special teams. I'm worried about kickoff coverage. Kickoff coverage over the last few years have been porous, to say the least. Wake Forest returned to kick on us last year, I believe, right? Duke, right? Punt kick coverage has been terrible. So I'm worried about that. That can be an Achilles heel because that can win you a couple games, that can lose you a couple games. Depth at the D tackle position. I'm a little worried about that. Not too worried against most of the ACC teams. Like when we play Stanford, Louisville, Syracuse, I'm not worried about them running the ball and affecting that part, running the ball up the middle. I'm worried about Notre Dame. I'm worried about Notre Dame taking advantage of that. Definitely. I'm worried about Florida potentially taking advantage of that. Yeah, I'm worried about that. If we get to the ACC championship, I'm worried about Clemson. If we get in the playoffs, I'm worried about teams exposing that at Penn State. Yeah, I'm worried about that. So I think that can be an Achilles heel. On offense, Carson Beck, if he's, I think it goes where he goes, man. If he has the protection and the receivers show up for him, the running game shows up for him, I think we'll be special. But if God forbid something happens with him, that can be the Achilles heel, man. So Last King's not gonna lie. I missed the turnover chain and gave fans. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I could leave it. I could take it or leave it. If it was to ever come back, that'd be dope. If not, Super. Do we know the D-line setup 3-4, 4-3, 5-2, 3-3-5? I'm excited to see if the staff rotates the talent in ways and game roster management will be critical to the success of the team, in my opinion. I believe they're gonna run a 4-2-5. That's what people we've talked to have alluded to. Now, I think it'll be multiple though. Just knowing, Coach Heatherman's history, we've seen a 4-3. We've seen a 4-2-5. I think it depends. I think it's a game by game situation, man. It wouldn't surprise me if against Notre Dame we start out in a 4-3 or play a lot of 3 linebackers. It wouldn't surprise me. So I think it'll be multiple. Yeah, nobody knows who our special teams coach is, Pop. Yeah. Does Marion and Scott be our kick return? I don't know. That's a good question. I think Marion is definitely one. Now, it's curious to me if people go to the 2 returners or 1 returner model, so I think Marion is definitely one. Keontae Scott can definitely be a punt returner, I think. Super. I'm worried about the back half of the schedule this year. Multiple consecutive road games. Yeah. The thing that I can say about going to VT and going to Pitt for me is if VT is out of it by that time, like because we played them second to last game. So if VT at that time is 4-7, I can't see it I can't see them I can't see everybody playing. I can't see it being at night. I can't see the atmosphere really affecting things. I can see maybe Kyron Drones getting ready to go to the draft, the draft prep, or sitting out because he's about to enter the transfer portal. But if VT is good and they're doing all right, then yeah, Pitt, the same thing. If Pitt is no good, I don't think the stadium won't be packed. I think the quarterback will be getting ready to do something different. And, so I don't think it'll be crazy like that. Don't matter. VT is going to play us. We'll see, man. We'll see. We played them early in the season last year, man. So they were up, man. But if you I don't know if you remember, we went to VT. Was it Coach Cristobal's first season, 2022, when we were bad? And we went to VT and, we beat them. Right? Like it was like they had a full team. They had, we went out there and we won, man. So I don't, I don't know. I think if they don't have anything to play for, I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think they're gonna be depleted and all right, man. Let me get into this game we're at, and we're gonna talk about the talent question that Coach Cristobal got, because it was very interesting to me. And I had to do some digging. So we'll get into that.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hey, can't wait to get down there and see my guys at Caneswear, man. If the season's getting started. Season's about to start. If you want to get your gear, hit Caneswear. You can go online. They will ship to you. They ship fast and it's reliable. You'll always get your gear, man. Always. All right. Kenton Gibbs again asked Coach Cristobal about talent. He said he didn't ask about talent. He said Miami has had the talent to win the conference. Coach Cristobal kind of took that seriously. And he mentioned it on some other interviews. He mentioned it in other interviews after that. So he was really bothered by that. He said when he got to Miami in 2021 for the 2022 season, they had to wait at the draft to see if their draft streak was going to get broken or something like that. If they were going to have somebody drafted, it didn't have someone drafted until the 7th round, all that, right? So, and listen, I'm guilty of it. We say that on our show. We say Miami always has had the talent to win the ACC. Like we say that all the time, especially with Coach Cristobal. Now with Coach Cristobal getting there, yes, it's undeniable. The recruiting has been crazy since he's gotten there. But so I started with 2018 because Coach Cristobal got there in 2021 for the 2022 season. That's 4 years. 2018 class, when he got there in 2021, those guys would be seniors, maybe redshirt juniors. And I wanted to see what it looked like. So in 2018, we had the 12th ranked class in the country with 23 commits, a 61% blue chip ratio. Is that good or bad? Nah, it's all right, right? The headliner or the highest rated player in that class was Lorenzo Lingard. We all know what's going on with Lorenzo Lingard. Brevin Jordan was in that class. All right. Mark Pope, highly rated receiver, never panned out. Nesta Silvero, in the league now, up and down kind of career at Miami. Al Blaze Jr., solid. DJ Scaife, Brian Hightower, Gervin Hall, who at the time everyone thought was, thank you, Poke. So barely at 60%, at 61%. So dope. And we're gonna see how that trend moves moving forward. Gervin Hall was supposed to be that dude at safety. Never quite panned out. Gilbert Frierson, man, very solid career at Miami. Cam Harris, one of the best running backs we've had in recent years at Miami, in my opinion. Will Mallory, in the league, league tight end, very solid career. DJ Ivy in the league. Gregory Rousseau, definitely the most successful out of this class. So it wasn't a terrible class, but it wasn't the best class. Now, 2019, you took a crazy step back in 2019. 26 nationally. So you dropped about 15, 14 slots nationally. 41% blue chip ratio. 20% dip. 17 commits, 7 transfers. Highlighted by Jeremiah Payton. Supposed to be that guy at receiver. Christian Williams from Alabama was a good corner. He was a 4-star corner. Keontre Smith. Good, he was a safety, moved to linebacker. Solid. Avery Huff was supposed to be that guy. Linebacker. Jafari Harvey, very solid career. Corey Couch, very solid career. Cameron Williams, Jared Harrison Hunt, very solid career. Other than that, no. Jalen Phillips was part of that class. Now, how will we know? Jalen Phillips was a transfer. Jalen Phillips and Bubba Bolden transferred in. So out of this class, how many we got in the league out of this class? We got Jared Harrison Hunt is in the league. Greg Rousseau and Jalen Phillips are in the league. So 3. 2020, my son's class. 2020. Previous regimes recruited based on stars, in my opinion. Hit on a few, but there were also no portal then. Yeah, we had transfers though, Pope. People transferred in. Like I mentioned in 2019, we had seven people transferred in. We got Jalen Phillips. He transferred in. Yeah, we had the 2. Definitely. We had the 2. Absolutely. Are you saying it was more of a coaching staffing issue? Here's some things through the grapevine, because you had talent that should have been more productive than they were. 2020, you jumped a few spots up to 17th in the country. Hey, Stick, you hitting on something. 52% blue chip ratio. So you still below that threshold. 21 commits, highlighted by Avante Williams. We all know, unfortunately, we all know the story of Avante Williams. Chance Williams, good dude, very solid. Now in the league, I believe. Jalen Knighton, Rooster, very solid back. Had his issues. Nobody can deny, but we can't deny the talent. Don Chaney Jr. can't deny the talent. Had his issues. Again, injury issues, but can't deny. Jalen Rivers stayed until the Coach Cristobal regime. Solid. The man on that O-line. Michael Redding. Solid guy, man. Solid dude. He stayed. He helped that wide receiver room. Good dude. Jalen Harrell, safety. He was a 4-star safety. We don't know what happened. TBD. We know the story of that. Isaiah Dunson, who I was very high on. I thought Isaiah Dunson could have been a dude, man, but I don't know. Elijah Roberts went to SMU, balled out. Drafted by the Bucks. Gonna be a pro. He's gonna be a pro. He's gonna get busy in the league. That was a miss right there. You let him leave, and he shouldn't have left. He should have been with you till the end. You know, and a bunch, you know, X was in this class. X was in the 2020 class. So you hit on that. You definitely hit on that. De'Aaron King transferred in. Quincy Roche, a couple of good pickups. De'Aaron King was solid. Quincy Roche was solid. You know, couple good pickups. Now, last year, 2021, this is the year before Mario gets there. Coach Cristobal gets there. Now you take a huge step up. You're 10th in the country now in 2021. It's COVID. Athletes, recruits can't travel as much. They can't go visit Texas. They can't go visit Alabama like they want to. They can't go visit Georgia like they want to. They can't go visit Ohio State because it's COVID. So now you get Leonard Taylor. Yeah, you get Leonard Taylor. You get James Williams. You get Cam. You get Elijah Arroyo, who was one of the best high school films I've ever seen. Jacoby George, Chase Smith, Ryan Rodriguez, Brashard Smith. You know, you get those dudes, man, who helped you. Out of this, in this class, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 pros in this class. Borregales, 7. You got Tyreek Stevenson, who transferred in. Charleston Rambo transferred in this class. So maybe he was on to something. Maybe we think we had talent because of some names. right? We can all point to names in any class. We can point to a few names, but talent, having some talent is different than a talented team, than you having a talented team. We can all have 4 or 5 talented players, but is your team talented? Like, do you have an X in the room? Do you have a Jalen Phillips on the D line, a Greg Rousseau? Do you have talented rooms? Like, what does your running back room look like? Not your running back. If you just have Derek Cooper, who's the rest of your room? You just have one running back. Who's your room? We currently have Mark Fletcher, Jordan Lau, Shamar Brown, Hellcat, and Pringle. That's the room, dog. Like, that's a talented room. Now, in the quarterback room, you know, we have Carson Beck, Emory Williams, Luke Nickel, Judd Anderson. That room needs to improve. But, you know, that's what you're working towards. In the O-line room, you have CC, Inez Cooper, James Brockenmeyer, Markel Bell, Matt McCoy, Kinsler, Ryan Rodriguez. Like, you got people at Pancake is still in the room. SJ is in the room. You have talented rooms. That's different than having talented players. So if we look back at these classes and what Coach Cristobal is saying is, yeah, we had talent, but we didn't have talented rooms. Like, we didn't have 5 running backs we could count on. We didn't have 10 old linemen we can count on. We didn't have 6 linebackers we can call on. We didn't have that. We didn't have our edge room right now. What? Mezzi, Bain, Malik Bryant, Marquise Lightfoot, Cole McConaughey, Pickett, Hayden Lowe, Goggles, Herbert Scroggins. The room is crazy. DB room is crazy. Yes, that's talent. That's when you have talent. Like we talked about a couple years ago when we were watching the Miami Pro Day. Me and my team, me and you heard, we were watching the Pro Day. Scouts was on the phone playing dominoes on the phone, playing Royal Kingdom on the phone. They laughing, they playing, they not even looking at the team. They're not even looking at the draft eligible players. They trying to make plans for the night. Yo, we going to Tootsie's. What's going on, man? We hanging out. Where we going to eat after this? They're not even paying attention to what's going on out there. That's changing. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. My guy Polk said 60% and up is a good blue chip ratio. All right. So in 2021, the blue chip ratio was 52%. 2022, Coach Cristobal's first class blue chip ratio, 67%. Instantly. Second class blue chip ratio, 2023. Word. We're just going to stop. 56%. Took a dip in 2023. So not at that threshold. 2024, Blue chip ratio. What is happening? Why am I joint going so slow? %, right? Bagging up, no doubt. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes. 52% in 2024. Still not where it should be. Still not where it should be. 2025, 57% blue chip ratio. Still not where it should be. Like, we still below the threshold. We're still behind the Bamas, the OSUs, the Georgias, the Texases. But in the ACC, we're head and heels above everybody else. So when Coach Cristobal first said that we didn't have the talent and all, I was like, I don't know, champ. I don't know, coach, but I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. So listen, man. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me tonight, man. I'm sorry I missed Sunday. My guys killed the throw, Benny and Pope. They rated the rooms. They rated the positions. They did position ratings. Let me do a quick position rating real quick. Hold up. Let me get mine off. Quarterback room. I'm going to give that a B minus, maybe a C plus. Carson Beck obviously gets the A. He gets the A. Behind that, I'm not sure. So I have to go C's because I'm not sure what I'm going to see. Running back room gets an A plus for me. Running back room gets an A plus, man. You 5 deep in that room. You 5 deep. I'm good with it. O-line gets an A for me. O-line gets an A. I'm not sure what we're getting out of James Brockenmeyer. I'm not sure what's going to happen at left guard. You know, Ryan Rodriguez or Matt McCoy. But, you know, A, solid A. Tight end room. Tight end room's going to get a B minus for me. B minus. Elijah Lofton seems to be that guy. We'll see. You know me. I have to see it, man. I have to see it. He showed glimpses last year. He didn't have to do anything last year. Now it's his room. Now it's his room. Jake Bauman from Tulane. I like what I saw with him. Brock Schott. I'm anxious to see Brock Schott get busy. Anxious. Receiver room. That's the tough one, right? Receiver room gets a C for me. I gotta see it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get, man. JoJo, talent's there. I don't know what I'm gonna get. CJ Daniels, my guy. I've been a big CJ Daniels guy. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know. Ray, I hope you step up. Mally, I hope y'all step up. I don't know. Tony Johnson, Keelan Marion, I don't know. We're gonna see. Josh Moore, we're gonna see. I just don't know. Yeah, it's hard, Super. It's hard. Just don't know. D line, I'm gonna break it up. D tackles. Oh. D tackle for me is a B. It's a B. It would be higher if I was comfortable with the depth. But our top 3, I'm comfortable with. Moton, Justin Scott, David Blay, I'm cool with. Other than that, I don't know. Edge room, DN room, A. Not even a question. A. I don't have to explain that. Linebacker room. I'm not going to hold you. Before Muhammad Toure, I'm sorry. I think it's Toure came. Probably would have been a C for me. Now, it's a B. You know, him. The kid from NC State. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Wes, I think Wes got that look in his eye. I think he's gonna step up this year. Popo, I think Popo gonna step up. Chase Smith, Kellen Wiley, man. Kellen Wiley gonna step up. Young boy. Yeah, I think, a B for me. Cornerback room. I want to go A. I really want to go A, but I have to see it. Because I think Xavier Lucas is a key in that room. OJ was a freshman, true freshman last year. Now he's a year older. He had a full spring. He's older. He's more mature. He's seen it. He's played in the big games. Now it's different. So I'm gonna go B+ in that corner room. Damari Brown is still in that room. He coming back. I know he's ready. I know he's ready. I'm gonna get that room a B+, man. Safety room. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm gonna go C in that room. I don't know. Everybody's talking about Zachariah Poyser. Yeah, I saw him. At where he was at, but I ain't seen him at Miami yet. So I don't know. C. I don't know. I don't know you, dog. I don't know you. I don't know what you're gonna do, dog. When I see it, it's gonna be different. I don't know. Who else in the room? Markeith's still in that room. That's my guy. Dylan Day in that room. That's my guy. You got some young boys. Bryce Fitzgerald may get back there, play some free. Keontae Scott. Ooh, that's the kid from Tennessee. That might C+. I get him a C+. Mario. He a nickel though. That's a corner. That's why that room gets a A for me, man. B+ A. Yeah. But all right, man. I'm gonna answer a few questions and then I'm out of here. Last question, Joe. God forbid we lose more than 4 or 5 games this year, but if we do, and we know how disciplined Mario is, what will be the reason? Then injuries aside, if we lose 4 or 5 games, I think it's gonna be. You said injuries aside. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think there's a reason for that unless there's injuries. If there's injuries, I can see it, but if there's no injuries, I can't see this happening. I can't point to 4 losses. I can't even make up 4 losses, though. I can't even give you a reason for 4 losses. Let's say we lose our 2 out of conference games. Then you have ACC. You don't play Georgia Tech. You don't play Clemson. I could see SMU in Dallas. I could see Louisville maybe in a shootout. And then if you want to say one of the games on the road, the VT or the Pitt, I could see that. But no injuries, all things being equal, I can't see that shit. If that happens and there were no injuries or nothing, then we gotta have a conversation. We gotta have a conversation, dog. All right, man. I appreciate y'all again, man. Thank you for getting on. Had 126 in the chat. Listen, we'll be back Sunday, I believe. Right? Yeah, we'll be back Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna start breaking down. We're gonna start breaking down the season, man. Listen, we're getting close to the season. Go copy your gear, man. Go cop the merch. Scan that for the merch. You can see our new Legends line. We just dropped Ed Reed. We got Sean Taylor. We have Vinny Testaverde. We have who else we got? I forgot who else we got. But go cop, man. Go look at it. You know, cop the merch, man. We coming out with more stuff. Probably gonna do something for Notre Dame special since they want to be Catholics versus convicts. We're gonna come up with something. Don't worry, it's thinking. 4:00 in the morning, I'm gonna hit my guys and be like, hey, this, and they gonna cook it up, and it's gonna be crazy. All right. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. All about that you all day.
Thanks for watching. You heard. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday. Right on time. You already know.